There's that certain sound you make. 800-447-7234. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning on His Radio.
Cindy says she has realized now that she's gotten just a little bit older that she is a sigher. So she said, honestly, sometimes I'm frustrated, but other times it's just because I'm relaxed or happy. But she sighs for everything, sort of a... And her family's come to know it. And I have to admit, I make a sound.
Oh, for real?
I make a sound that my family immediately identifies with me. And there's a couple of different things. I can be alerting them to something that's happening.
Like what?
Oh, it could be, it could just be anything I need them to pay attention to.
Like what?
Out in public, if you're people watching, and I'll sniff.
You sniff?
I sniff.
You sniff people?
I don't sniff people. It's a way to get their attention. Sometimes it's because I don't like what they're doing.
What someone is doing? So you just kind of...
Yeah, and it's typically my family. So if my husband or my kids do something that I don't particularly care for, I just go. And they pay attention. They immediately look at me like, oh, she sniffed.
It's not a nonchalant sniff either. I mean, her nose went up and her eyes crinkled a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, because it's sort of like, I need you. Like, I don't need to say words here. I just need to get you a message.
Mama Bear's coming out.
A little bit. Like, yeah.
Scott, I don't know if you noticed this, but Scott kind of grunts.
Huh?
Yeah.
I've never heard you grunt.
Oh, he does.
And it's kind of subconsciously, too. But if there's a conversation and I want to jump in there, I might, just,
I have heard Scott do this, and I didn't realize it was because you wanted to get into the conversation. Now I know. Yes.
Yeah. And even my family knows when I do that. They're like, "Oh, here he comes.
Oh,
he's going to say something."
Daddy's gearing up.
Wow. So my husband and Rob, they don't necessarily make a sound, but they do something that immediately lets me know they're messing with me.
Really?
Yes. Your mouths sort of make this little, I don't even know how to describe it, sort of like your lips come out.
I don't do
really
that.
quickly. Yes,
she
you
like
do.
I have seen Rob do that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have seen Rob do this.
No way.
Yes. And my husband, when I first noticed it, I was like, that's an indication that he's messing with me. Not necessarily like lying to me or anything like that. Just kind of joking around. It's
like you're trying not to smile?
Yes. And you can't hold it.
Whatever.
And when I noticed that Rob did the same thing, I was so joyous. I was like,
why?
I see you. You can never get another one over on me ever again.
Oh, no poker face.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
With the big high school graduations that are coming up right now, it seems like there's some students getting their very first car now. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, His Radio.
Yeah, so I saw somebody post on social. Their kid they graduated and they got a car, had the bow on it. It was a Lexus. I was like,
what?
What in the world?
I had to buy my first car.
So I did get my first car from my parents. It was a 1972 Comet. It was blue with a white top, and it had 2 bumper stickers on it. They did not put them on there. It came that way, and it said, "I love Dixie."
What?
Yeah.
How long did that stay?
I tried to scrape them off, but
you
they
could
had been
not
there
get those
for
bumper stickers off.
But that car cost $200.
Nice.
$200. I refused to drive it.
Not bad. Mm-mm. I'm trying to remember the first car Scott had.
Well, I'll remember the car that had the maroon red pleather interior. That was my first car. It was a Plymouth Horizon. I don't know if you remember like the boxy cars. They were kind of like the Dodge Omnis back in the day. You remember those late 80s?
I don't remember. I mean, I guess I know the boxy type car, but I mean, it started off bad when you said maroon pleather.
It had 2 speakers and a cassette player.
Yes.
I was jamming.
Oh, I'm sure you were.
Clunk.
Having those first cars, I tell you, it brings the memories back, I'm sure, at 800-447-7234.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
With graduation season here for high school, you start thinking about those cars, especially the ones that were gifted as a graduation gift. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, His Radio.
Does it count if you hand down a car to your kid? Because though.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, we handed down my GMC Envoy to our daughter.
You did.
And she complained because it got like 12 miles to the gallon.
Right?
I was like, wait a minute, we're paying for your gas. All right, so why are you complaining? Frida texted and said her first car was the 1966 Chevy Impala. It was blue with a white hardtop. And she said it was not new. This was in the mid-70s when she got it. And she didn't get it in high school. She got it when she first got married. Her father-in-law bought it for her. $150.
It's a good father-in-law.
That is it. But I mean, he found a deal, too.
He did,
Woo-hoo!
and I'm sure it ran real well.
I bet it did.
Kristen's here at 800-447-7234. That first car for you?
I had a 1988 Subaru GL10 station wagon with turbo.
Station wagon and
I know,
turbo don't sound like they go together.
Not really.
I know, but I could fit all kinds of people in it, and it was fun. We were driving down to the beach. There's four of us in the car, and it was the summer after I got it. We were going to Holden Beach, North Carolina, and it overheated, and the radiator, broke. So there was no way that vehicle was going to make it to the beach. Good thing I was, following my parents. It was it was an adventure.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
I'm seeing all these signs pop up in my neighborhood of the high school graduates and the colleges they're getting ready to go to. It's Rob and Liz in the morning, his radio, and some of them got some new cars.
Some of them did.
There's a graduation and the gift.
Yeah, I saw one popped up over the weekend. They got a Lexus, a new Lexus.
Wow.
I was like, wow, must be nice. All right, Brad says his first car he got while he was a senior in high school, so basically for graduation. This was in 1987, but he was gifted a 1973 Toyota Corolla station wagon. It was brown, so he called it Little Cricket.
Little Cricket?
Little Cricket.
Oh, that's great.
So Jody texted and said his first car was a Chevy Nova, and it was so rusty. It had holes in the floorboard and a hole in the gas tank.
What?
So much so that he could only put $7 worth of gas in it.
Get out.
Or it would, be up to where the hole was and then spill out, and there's his money on the ground.
No. All right. Well, back then, it was a little bit cheaper than what it was today.
Right? Might have been 12 gallons, yeah.
You never know. Wendy's here at 800-447-7234. First car, Wendy?
Oh, my first car was a $600 1972 AMC Hornet Sportabout station wagon in butterscotch.
What a color. Butterscotch.
It leaked transmission fluid, so I had to put transmission fluid in it all the time. You couldn't roll the driver's window down without someone else to help you pull it back up. And if it rained, I had to stop every few blocks to drop my spark plugs in order to keep going.
No way. There's no hood on the thing?
I drove it for 6 months, and the tie rods broke on the freeway. And that was the end of that car.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. 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 No.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
I can't believe we're having to deal with this now.
Well, it really depends on where you watch this. Now, I don't know where you watch most of your YouTube videos, whether it's on your phone device, on a tablet, or on your TV. I wind up watching a lot of YouTube at home on my TV. I seem like I watch more YouTube than anything else lately.
I think my boys do as well. They're always on
I have
YouTube.
subscriptions to a lot of channels, a lot of different things that I just can't find on normal television. I watch it on YouTube. So now YouTube is catching a hold of this and going, you know what? Since a lot more people are watching YouTube on the big TV, we'll start giving you more ads that you can't skip through.
I hate that.
Thanks, YouTube.
I know.
Now, they're not starting this anytime soon. They haven't
Good.
released when they're going to do that, but they are going to do it at some point.
Well, if enough people maybe say, hey, we'd really rather you not, do you think that they might?
No, then they'll sell their subscription to you because you can get that little premium service for however many dollars a month it is. I'm just too cheap to do it.
Yeah.
I can stand. I mean, for me, my generation, I've grown up with commercials, so I'm used to it.
Right, sure.
I kind of like, 5 seconds in, I can skip.
That's what I always like. Let me get through this. Let me get through this. Boom, I'm skipping this. But... I just find I have to go into my subscriptions every couple of months and purge. to say, I have not used this thing, so bye-bye $14.99, bye-bye $4.99.
That's a completely different. A subscription on YouTube is you're subscribing to a channel. So
Okay.
I guess I said it wrong. I subscribe to a lot of channels on YouTube.
Oh, that don't cost anything.
Yeah, don't cost a thing.
You are just someone almost like on Instagram you're following.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
subscribe.
Okay, so I guess that's what my boys do. Can you tell I'm not on YouTube
Yeah,
a
she's
lot?
such the YouTuber.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
I've never heard of such a thing. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio, that a condiment machine has 200 options?
Yeah.
Really?
So it's kind of like that freestyle machine when you go into a restaurant.
Freestyle.
Oh, I love the freestyle because you can go in. I always order a Fanta Zero raspberry.
What's that?
So that's zero sugar. So, Fanta, it's orange, strawberry, whatever flavors.
What's that got to do with condiments?
So it's kind of the same type of machine. This one is from Heinz, and it gives you 4 basic condiments to start with. So there's like Heinz 57, ketchup, ranch, and I think barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Then-
What about mustard?
Nope, mustard's not in it.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Which I found that weird too, because I like mustard a lot. But there's not mayonnaise in it either. But I know, isn't it weird? So how do you call it a condiment machine?
And how do you get 200 things out of it?
Because there's 3 level intensities. Okay. So you can add, let's say you want jalapeno in your ketchup and you want it super spicy. So you do jalapeno and then you choose intensity 3.
Huh?
Yeah. It's a lot.
Well, I've heard Scott say freestyle.
I love the freestyle. Coke with lime is my go-to. Love it. But I'm thinking like with this condiment machine, like a spicy ketchup. That would be neat.
Would you do the jalapeno?
Yeah.
Really?
I would try it.
On level 3?
No. Probably at level 1. Work my way up a little bit.
I can see
Levels.
that.
That's weird.
But-
Why even make such a machine?
Because I think we're such a culture where we want to have things so specialized to our taste and our personality that it's something cool, which is why I like the freestyle thing. But like if you like ranch and you want to add buffalo to the ranch and just mix it all
That's
up
called
together.
buffalo wings.
No, you take the buffalo sauce and you put it in the ranch
But why?
because that's what you like to do.
Who would do that? Scott.
I could kind of see it.
No. You can disagree. It's okay. You don't have to be nice. It's all right.
You're not being nice.
I don't know. I think there's good and bad with this. I think you could really get some flavors that are but others would be
Right.
pretty good.
I think it would be. I'm not very much of a condiment person. Like I don't have to have sauce with everything. But both of my boys, oh my goodness, they probably would eat more of the condiment than they would like the fries or the sandwich because
Well.
they just love the dipping sauces.
Okay, then.
But
Well,
I am with Rob. Needs mustard and maybe mayonnaise. If you're going
Yeah.
to call it a condiment
Go to your
machine.
standards.
Yeah.
Why do you have to go to this whole freestyle condiment machine that doesn't even have mustard and ketchup in it?
Because it's fun.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
So Little League Baseball is going on in Florida right now. And in Jacksonville, there was on a field a dust devil. I don't know if you know what that is. Some people, I remember it called an eddy in science class. So it happens in Florida all the time. You could be in a parking lot and all of a sudden you see this wind kick up and it twists around like it's a tornado.
Okay.
In a sense, but it doesn't look like it's tornado. It's not as big, but you see things just kind of fluster up from the ground in this thing and spinning around in a circle.
Oh, wow.
Like if there's garbage or there's debris that's on the ground, like paper, all of a sudden a dust devil or an eddy comes through and it just whips around. You see the go up, and as soon as it happens, it stops.
Okay, but it
And
can
so-
be dangerous.
They can be not extremely dangerous, but when it happens on a ball field, all the dust really gets going from the ball field. And so one happened during a Little League game where there's a 7-year-old catcher that's on the field. All of a sudden, this dust devil comes up, and all of the clay starts whirling around him. It's strong enough to pick somebody up just a little bit. So the umpire, that's a teenager, runs into this thing and grabs him out of it. And as soon as he grabs him out of it, the thing dissipates and goes away.
Oh, my goodness. But he was quick acting and got that kid.
The umpire? Yeah.
Because the kid probably had no idea, really, what was going on.
Well, he was standing there stunned, like, what in the world is this? Instead of walking out of it, which, in the moment, you're 7 years old, you're a catcher, what are you thinking, And so the umpire, who's only a teenager himself, just ran in there and just grabbed him out of that thing.
Well, you know what? He was in the right place at the right time.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
There have been cake fails showing up on social media week after week after week.
From a bakery?
From bakeries.
How so?
So the first one that I saw was from Costco, and somebody had just wanted red icing along the perimeter of the cake. It was like a half sheet cake, and so they even gave like a diagram of what they wanted it to look like.
Okay.
When they went to pick up the cake, it had basically the diagram they had laid out in the middle of the cake.
So, like where you put the words happy birthday, was the diagram of how they wanted the cake to look?
No words, just the diagram. So
okay, that's great.
So, when you're in school and you're trying to figure out how to draw a box, okay, and you connect the little line, that's exactly what it looked like.
Okay.
And it was red. Okay, so that's one. And then you go to Publix, and there's one. They said, they're talking on the phone to the person who's taking the order, and they said, okay, what would you like us to write on the cake? They said, look, just happy birthday is perfect, thank you. So that's what the person wrote down on the cake. On the cake, there's strawberries, there's fresh fruit on the whipped icing. It looks beautiful. But where it's written, it says, just happy birthday is perfect, thank you.
They printed that onto the cake. Just happy birthday is perfect, thank you.
And so that was for one at like an office birthday party, and nobody could sing happy birthday because they were all cracking up about what
was on the cake.
Just happy birthday. That's going to be on my next birthday cake. Just happy birthday, perfect, thank you.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
It's one of the world's oldest surviving biblical manuscripts. And it was just sold at an auction. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning. We are His Radio. And boy, did it go for a lot of money.
It really did. So it was purchased by the former U.S. ambassador to Romania, and he dropped a lot of dime. It's leather bound, which is pretty cool. But being that old, one of the oldest manuscripts ever, went for $38 million.
Yeah, it's 1,100 years old.
It's wild that he dropped that kind of dime. Now, listen, this guy is not going to end up putting it in his living room in a shadow box.
In a shadow box.
No, with a spotlight, art light on it or anything. He's actually going to do something pretty cool with it. He's donating it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's going to donate it to a museum in Israel.
Nice. I'm glad he's doing that.
I do too. And that way, although it would be kind of cool to have something like that in your home, I think that he wants to share it with others. That's the coolest part.
Well, to put it in a museum like that and not on your end table.
Right.
Or the coffee table. Look at what I got.
I know, but don't touch it. Please don't touch it.
This thing will fall apart.
Yes.
But to be in a museum like that is really good.
Yeah, that the world gets to share in just such a piece of history.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
Oh, I'm excited about the weekend that's coming up. Not only is it a 3-day Memorial Day weekend, but it's a winning weekend with the best summer ever. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, His Radio. So anytime you sign up to win the best summer ever, you're always in the running for Universal Studios, the trip that you'll take with your family. Hopefully you'll win that. But coming up this weekend, there's a little extra that's happening with the winning weekend.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for you and your family to go to see the Atlanta Braves coming up on July 20th. And there's a little thing going on after the game. It's a concert from For King and Country.
A post-game concert at the Atlanta Braves in Atlanta. How nice is that? Now, to win that, you'll need the My HISRadio app, and you'll be able to open it up this weekend, sign up to win that part of the best summer ever, the winning weekend, that you'll not only get registered to win the Universal Studio trip, but also the Atlanta Braves with a post-game concert with For King and Country, but you need the app for that.
Yeah, so if you have not downloaded the My HISRadio app yet, do that right now. One other thing you need to do so you know when the contest is happening, you got to enable the notifications. So a twofer there, but listen, you could end up seeing the Atlanta Braves and For King and Country.
So go ahead, Google Play in the App Store, download the app now, get ready for it if you don't already have the app. Download the app and get ready for a winning weekend with the best summer ever Memorial Day weekend.